In this video, I'll be doing a tour of this Z71 Suburban behind me here, and let's get right into it. So this is an 05 Chevy Suburban with the Z71 off-road package, and it's been a fun build. It has 227,000 miles, somewhere around in there, and this brush guard, we don't offer this, but we bought it like this, so the client opted to keep it on. And it is a sawn package, and so I'll be getting into the interior here soon. Just right off the bat, these are, I don't know, I really like the Z71 Suburbans for, a lot of different reasons, but one reason is for looks. I like how they look compared to the other ones. I like the bumpers, how it's matching instead of chrome, and the different running boards. Roof rack is beefier, the front fog lights. So there's a couple of reasons that I do like these. And on top of that, all Z71s come with a G80 locker in the rear, which is a huge plus. And this is Z71s are half tons, and this, so it's a half ton. So it has the 5.3 V8, 4L60 transmission, 10-bolt rear end, 10-bolt front, and then it's got the transfer case that all the rest of the Suburbans have. And it's a great rig. Suspension-wise, we do the Bilstein 5100 shocks. We put new torsion keys. This is a torsion bar in the front, and so we do new keys and level it out. So that's the front suspension. The rear suspension is Bilstein 5100s, and we do a new Moog HD coil. So we have the Max Air 7500 basket rack, and then there's a solar shower, and then solar panel. It's a 100-watt Renogy in the very front.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, live it up, live it up, sweet emotion.
In the back here, this is our typical setup. We have drawers. They're full length, so they go out really far. These are our window inserts that we have, and they go on all the windows. And then there's a copper curtain rod up front there, and that's where you put the curtain that we have in here too. And so there's this drawer, and then the other drawer also full length. These are box tops, so they slide in like that, and then you push that in like so, and so you get a good cooking surface. And then they also double in the front. When you fold down that seat, it extends out the platform.
Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going.
Then in the back here, that is where the original jack is, and that's where it stayed. So you just pop that up, and then that's where the jack and tools are to get the spare down. And then the spare tire is in the original location. You just put the ignition key in there and then let it down. And so we change out, so it's 5 new tires with these builds. Now on the passenger side here for the interior, got all of so you got the switch for the light, and then this is for the fan. And there's a lot of different modes and everything, functions on here. Quick overview. This fan, it's awesome. I really do like it. But you know, it's both directions, so in and out. And then it also has rain sensing, and then it has a thermostat. So it's got a lot of features on there. So it's pretty cool fan for sure. Now this is our new solar generator unit that we're using. This is an EcoFlow Delta. We also offer the Delta Max, but that's, you know, an upgrade. So this client went with the Delta here, which is the normal, you know, that is what is included in the SON model. So it's our most common. Really great model, or a great unit. I need to do a specific video going over this, but really similar to the Goal Zero units, but there obviously are little differences. So I should do a video of that, and I hopefully will be putting that up soon. And this client went with 4 passenger total, so you have 2 in the back and obviously 2 up front. So now I'm putting the seat down. So this is just over here, there's a little pull handle, and then this comes down with it, and then you can extend out the platform here. And then I can go get those box toppers, and I'll do that now. So here's the box top that I grabbed, and then you just put it inside like so, and then you close it in on itself, and then you can have, you know, the full length bed. Yeah.
Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the motion. Loving is the motion.
And then on top of, you know, all the interior, we do mechanical checkups. And so I've gone over this before, but just a quick overview of what we do. When we get the vehicle, it's obviously stock, and so it hasn't been modified really in any way. And so we first do the suspension that I went over earlier in the video, and then along with that, we do new tires. It's a 10-ply tire, and there's a couple tires that we stick with, and I'll have a video on that here soon, because it has been updated since the last video I did. And then we also do fluids, so we change, you know, front and rear diff, transfer case, transmission, and engine oil, and then check all the rest of the fluids and see if they're within spec and everything. And so all the fluids have been changed. We also do a tune-up, so spark plugs, wires, air filter, fuel filter, do all of that. And we use AC Delco parts. We don't scrimp on parts. It's just not worth it. So after all that's done, we start driving the vehicle, and so we'll drive it for months, and, you know, little things will pop up. Let me see. With this particular one, I can just go over what we did here. So this one, the lights and the stepper motors inside the dash cluster were bad, and so we replaced that. License plate lights. There's a heater hose bypass. That's a really common thing on these. The headlight switch. TPMS relearn. We did new sensors. What else was there on this thing? One of the speakers wasn't working, so we fixed that. And then one of the driver doors wasn't locking and stuff. And so on top of our regular base, the tune-up and the mechanical side, we also do a lot of, I call them like little putsy things that take forever. Like if you just buy, a regular used car out there, even if it does run great and, it's going to get you there, there's still a lot of like the other putsy things, I call them, like a door lock not working, or the light switch is not working correctly, but it works sometimes. And anyway, so we try to get all of those done within those months that we drive it, and then we drive each vehicle a couple hundred miles, and highway stuff. We go around town, grocery getting. So I don't have like a personal rig per se. I drive all of these vehicles, and so I feel like we do a good job at it, and it's a lot more than what you would get like at a regular car lot. I wouldn't call us like a car lot, just because sometimes it kind of gets a bad rap. And name me one car lot that drives each vehicle a couple hundred miles and for months and does what So we feel like we do a good job there. Now, having said that, these vehicles aren't perfect, and I feel like I've done a decent job with trying to express that over the years, at our price point and how old the vehicles are, because they are 15 years old or so. They're always there's always going to be maybe minor problems down the road, or something come up, but as far as big mechanical issues, and then all of the little putsy things that we've seen within those months, those are handled. Now, long-term ownership, I'll be doing a video series going over what to expect from that, but stuff happens, and that's just to be expected from a vehicle of this age. So I guess if you're watching this and you're thinking about becoming a suboverland owner, I wouldn't get into suboverland ownership if you have never owned a used car, or if you're expecting, I guess, perfection. We don't claim that. We don't advertise that. It is a used car, and it is a very inspected used car that I've driven for months. And so stuff happens, and I just wanted to kind of explain that to people on a waiting list, or people that are going to be on the waiting list. And we're very upfront about that aspect of the company. So that concludes this video, and sorry for that long diatribe there at the very end, but I just needed to say that. But that concludes this. This is our Son package, and this body style 2000 to 2006 is our most common, and so I want to do an updated video on that with the updated EcoFlow unit right here. And if you like this video, feel free to comment, subscribe, and I'll be doing hopefully more and more of these for the years to come. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for different videos that you want to see, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And thanks, and have a good one.